Well, how you going? I'm just going to do a quick video, just how I load my shells. Um, I don't do anything fancy. I'll keep it simple. The old saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. So that's a 3220 cartridge. Can't say the B word, B-U-L-L-E-T word on YouTube. Otherwise I've got to use the other word, beep, and beep it out. Unreal, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just loading these up. Bit of target practice and pigs. I just use it occasionally with 3220. Just it's a fun gun. It's a 92 Winchester. So load those up. I've weighed my powder, so I know the thrower's throwing 12 grains of powder, and that's set of 12 grains on the scale. And I've thrown a few because it'll vary a little bit sometimes, especially with just this little thrower. I've had this gear for 30 years, and I don't use any fancy turret thrusters or anything like that. I also use one of these, and especially for these. I've got a full set of dies. Full set of dies for the 3220. The only one I use really is the expanded die to expand the case open to accept the projectile. I just use this, and I don't shoot a massive amount of ammo. I can't afford to, it's just too expensive. I just spilled some powder in here, had kittens over it. But anyway, and I'll probably do it again tonight too. But anyway, we'll go through this. So I've expanded the necks of the cases in the expander. Now I set a primer. I'll probably drop it again. I've dropped them all night. I'll have to get the magnet to pick them up. So you set the primer. Just started in the hole at the back of the shell. I hope you can see that. See, just sitting up there like that. And then we drop this. You can see in the tool here, and that'll be right. The primer just flipped over. But they're so touchy. So as you know, the anvil goes towards the case, and the shiny part sticks out the back. Right, I've got it in there. Now I bring this down, and it squashes it in there. That's it. Nice and firm. Won't go off. You can push it hard as you like, without hammering it, of course. And then pop that out. And I dropped it again. That's our primed case. So now I throw it out. I always flick the powder thrower, and you always visually check, look in there, because two things can happen. I might not throw any powder for some reason. It's never happened to me, but you never know. Second thing is, you might be getting low in your powder and not notice. And then, you might be down to the last bullet filled up, but this one only half filled or quarter filled or a couple of grains still in there, and the next minute you've got a bullet stuck down the, should have said that word, I'm going to beat that, a projectile stuck down the barrel, and probably damaged the action because the gases didn't push the bullet, that word again, the projectile down the barrel, and all at back pressures, instead of pushing forward, it's pushed back in the action, and that's when you get some bad damage inside the action. You get bent rails, and especially the Winchester. It's not the most strongest action, although the 92 I use is very strong. It's got two locking lugs on the back of the bolt. But that happens with any reloading. Always check your powder. Visually look in there and say, oh yeah, and that's how much roughly it should be, within a few grains. Then you can seat the bullet. That word again. YouTube's going to kick my ass. Projectile projectile, and we start it in the case of this tool. You just get it started. Then you turn the tool up that way, and you place the cartridge and projectile in there, and you just squeeze down, and hopefully it'll come back out. Yep. And hey presto, you've got a freedom seed, or whatever you want to call it other than that B word. Yeah, freedom seed? Probably using the wrong word there too. Anyway, so that's how we use that, and it's patent on this. This is unbelievably old, I suppose, and I know there's a fair few still out there, especially in America. But it's a 32 WCF, which is the 3220, and the patent is October 20, 1874, and this particular tool, from what I understand, was made November 7th, 1882. That's what's written on the stamping there. I hope you can see that. That'll be back to front because I'm using the back to front camera. Why? I don't know how that does that, but it does it. I'll never work it out. I'll never work me left and me right anyway without going back to front in the camera. But there you have it. That's how we load. That's how we bugger a camera. I've got a balance on an LCB actually. But anyway, that's how we load with very minimal gear. I know people out there probably looking at me going, what's this old fool doing? Well, I've been shooting for longer than most of you have been alive, and I have never had an accident hand loading. It's a very safe practice, as long as you don't go, smoking around that or have heat around your powder. You follow the basics. Always observe. Everything you do, observe. It's easy to skip a step or put the powder in. And that's straight away the big boo-boo, because you will have a projectile stuck down the spout, or worse. And if you overload, well, you can say goodbye to some guns. Some guns, it's amazing, some guns actually will handle overload. I don't know how that happens, but they do. They're proof tested, some 80, 100,000 PSI at the factory, but they're rated at half that. So they'll put up with a lot of pressure before you blow one up. But anyway, I'll keep loading, and I just thought I'd run you through this. It might help someone, probably not. But anyway, may your bullets fly, that word again, may your projectiles fly through, and all the best for Christmas, eh? Have a good one.